What is going on, yo? Paul George is a 76er. I mean, last night, I was scrolling through Twitter, and then a Woj bomb happened. Paul George is in Philly. Joel Embiid must have knew something that we did not know. He must have. You saw that side eye? We're going to talk about Joel Embiid, man. We're going to talk about Joel Embiid, but you saw that side eye when they was on that TNT broadcast? Hey. Woo! There's like so many layers to unpack right now. Let me first start off saying this. I was not in favor of Paul George coming to Philly when free agency started. Heck no. But my opinion has changed. It has changed because other teams have signed the guys that I wanted. I would have preferred OG Anunoby because if the Sixers take him away from New York, they get worse and the Sixers get better. It's like a win-win. But guess what? OG Anunoby signs for 5 years, $200 million. I would have loved to have Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges got traded for like 5 first-round picks. I would have loved to have KCP and Valanciunas. KCP is with the Orlando Magic, and Jonas Valanciunas is with the Washington Wizards. I liked all those guys. Lauri Markkanen. It's been reported that the Jazz don't want to trade him, and they're holding on for him for dear life. And do I think that if these reports are true, that Danny Ainge would help the Sixers and trade Lauri Markkanen? Hell no, that's not happening. Danny Ainge is a Celtic at heart. He is not going to help Philly in any type of way. Hell no. So here's how I see it, right? Here's how I see it. Beggars can't be choosers. Before getting Paul George, the Sixers were definitely beggars. I mean, everybody that they wanted, whether it was OG Anunoby, whether it was LeBron James, whoever it was outside of Paul George, nobody was coming to Philly. So if like you have Paul George who's available and you're seeing everybody else in the East improve, you got to make a splash. And Daryl Star Power Morey, yes, that's my new name for him, made a splash to get a star player. You got to do that. Look, you have to maximize Joel Embiid's prime. You have to. Joel Embiid is 30 years old. 30. I know some of y'all don't want to hear this, but the guy got 2 to 3 years left at an MVP level. He does. So if you want to stick with Joel Embiid and ride till the wheels fall off, you gotta do what you gotta do to improve the roster. Now, do I still have the Celtics over the Sixers? Yes. Would I still lean towards the Bucks over the Sixers? Yes. But let me say this. Outside of the Bucks and the Celtics, there's nobody in the East messing with the Sixers if they're fully healthy. Hell no. And I've been praising the Knicks for what they've done. I praised them. I said, good job signing OG, trading for Mikal. I praised those moves. But now some of y'all are acting disrespectful, and now y'all are going way overboard. Talking about some Julius Randle is better than Paul George. What the hell are you smoking? Like what? I'm like, Knicks fans always go too far. It's like you can never help praise them, say that they did a good job before they just go overboard. Now just Paul George isn't as good as Julius Randle. Hell no. A healthy 76ers team is beating the brakes off the Knicks. So you can get that out y'all skull, bro. Y'all thick behind skull. Y'all stubborn New York Knicks people. My goodness, bro. Y'all be getting me annoyed, bro. Y'all be getting me annoyed. And with Joel Embiid, I will say, though, it is no excuses, brother. Joel Embiid, no excuses now. You had James Harden. You had Jimmy Butler. You had Ben Simmons when his mind was right. You've been a number one seed. You've been an MVP. And you haven't gotten to not a championship, not the finals. You haven't gotten to an Eastern Conference Finals. Tyrese Halliburton did. Trae Young did. They not on your level. So now it's on you. You wanted Paul George. You gave him that side eye. I'm pretty sure that you were telling Sixers management, that's the guy I want. I see everybody else in the East doing their thing, getting better. Give me my guy. Well, guess what? Embiid, Daryl Morey got you your guy. So you better deliver. I'm not looking at Paul George to be this savior. Hell no. Hell no. He's an upgrade from Tobias for sure. And he will help the Sixers improve from what they did last season. But Joel Embiid is still the Sixers' best player. And if he's not on his game in the postseason, whether that's health, whatever the case may be, the Sixers won't do anything. I've been on record saying the Sixers could acquire Jesus. But if Joel Embiid is not healthy in the postseason, if he's not on his game in the playoffs, they are a second-round exit at best. So it's no excuses, Joel Embiid. It's no freaking excuses, bro. Tyrese Maxey, I don't want you to be deferring to Paul George. You should have the mindset that I'm still the second best player on this team. And I think you are. But what went wrong, I think, with the James Harden situation a little bit was that you deferred too much. And maybe it was because both of y'all are guards. So, like, you know, Harden has a ball in his hands way more. Well, guess what? Paul George is great off the ball. And there should be no reason why you aren't as aggressive and you don't take another leap. And honestly, build off of what you did in the playoffs because you were sensational. So, Maxey, you got that money. Well deserved. You're beloved in Philly. But we need you to keep being a killer. Keep being a killer. And don't defer. Because once you defer to Paul George, the Sixers are cooked. They cooked. Now, it can be some games where Paul George goes berserk. And he definitely has that ability. But on a night-in, night-out basis, Tyrese Maxey should be playing. And he should have the mindset of, I'm the second best player on this team. That's a fact. And unfortunately, y'all, I don't know why the Sixers do this to me every single year, but they got my heart back in it. They do. And maybe this is what Cowboys fans feel like, where like they have, you know, playoff heartbreaks, and then come the off season, they somehow get this like revelation that they're gonna do something in the, you know, following season, and they actually believe it, and their team gives them hope. Well, guess what? I'm right there now. I got hope. I got hope. Now, it's not irrational hope. Now, I don't think they can win a championship. I don't know about that. But Eastern Conference Finals? If stuff goes our way, finals? I got hope. I got hope. I'm cautiously giving myself hope that the Sixers will right their wrongs and, you know, get rid of these playoff demons. Because out of Maxey, George, and Embiid, ain't nobody been to a championship, right? And a Maxey and Embiid haven't been to a conference finals. I said it already. So, unfortunately, my heart's back in it. But can y'all please not embarrass me again? Like if I'm gonna like get hyped up again, you can't embarrass me. You can't embarrass me, bro. Because I got my heart into it last season. I go to MSG, Dolly. I'm talking trash to the fans, and then y'all lay an egg. Like, you feel me? Like we can't do this. But I got too much respect for myself to put myself in another situation again. So please, Philly, please, Sixers, don't let me down. Talk about Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey's new name should be Daryl Star Power Morey. Because one thing for sure, you can bet your bottom dollar he gonna get that. He gonna get that star power. I guess look, Daryl Morey's new name is Daryl Star Power Morey. Because you can bet your bottom dollar he's gonna get you a star. That's literally how he rose to fame in the NBA. He traded for James Harden, a star. That was a huge success. He traded for Chris Paul. And they were on the brink of being the KD Warriors. So I don't blame Morey for having, that star power itch all the time. I don't blame him for that. But it is funny that, like, he will never. One thing with Daryl Morey, he's not going to spend an offseason getting role players. Hell no. Hell no. Now, he would not spend this offseason getting KCP and Valanciunas. Nah, that's not Morey. He's got to get the star power. He's got to. That's just what he is. That's the GM that the Sixers picked, and that's just simply what it is. So, Daryl Star Power Morey, that's your new name, cuz. Jared McCain. I want Jared McCain to stay in Philly. I don't want them to trade him. Don't do it. Do not trade Jared McCain. Honestly, he could be our Emmanuel Quickley. He could be our Lou Williams. Come off the bench, especially during those times where Embiid is on the bench, and provide that spark. With your shooting, man, imagine a lineup with Jared McCain, Paul George, put Kelly Oubre in there, put Drummond in there, right? Eric Gordon. Yo, that's a good John, bro. That's a good John. So I believe in Jared McCain, and I think that he would be a great addition off the bench. And I think this whole Paul George thing helps put the pressure off of Jared McCain. Not to even say that he needs pressure off him, but it is like, let's just say the Sixers didn't sign anybody. Then it would be more pressure on Jared McCain to produce and more eyes on him versus now there's going to be eyes on Joel Embiid because he got his guy. It's going to be pressure on Tyrese Maxey. It's going to be pressure on Paul George because he left the Clippers, right? And so those guys will get most of the pressure, and I think coming off the bench for Jared McCain it will do great things. Andre Drummond, I talked about him a little bit earlier, and he has got to stop doing childish plays. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of bringing Drummond back here. He did have some good moments in Philly, for sure, especially when Embiid has been out. But all I'm asking for, bro, is just hit 60% of your free throws and don't be doing the whole lob off the backboard BS that she was doing, bro. I don't know what she was doing in Chicago. You should have never went to Chicago. You should have probably went back to Philly. But look, bro, we got you. Let's run it up. Let's run it up. But yeah, bro, beggars can't be choosers. They can't. That's what the Sixers are, beggars. But guess what? They got their guy. They got their guy. Let's keep Buddy Hield. Keep Buddy Hield. Because he showed me some heart. He didn't have the greatest playoffs. He wasn't that good in the playoffs. But when you needed him in a do-or-die game, Buddy Hield showed up. And it was Nick Nurse who refused to play this guy in the third quarter. After the guy literally brought us back from being down like a dub in the first half. Let's bring back Buddy Hield and see what he can do in a full season, an off season to prepare, and a full season with Joel Embiid, who he was expected to play with. But then once he got to Philly, Embiid got injured. So it was like, oh, wow, that's a curveball. That's a curveball. So I want to see Buddy Hield come back, bro. I think that would be very, very good for the Sixers team. But look, my last points is what? Is no excuses for Joel Embiid. No excuses for Joel Embiid. Unfortunately, my heart is back in it. Daryl Star Power Morey. Jared McCain's got to come off the bench. The Knicks ain't better than the Sixers. I stand on that. The Sixers are better than the Cavs, the Pacers, the Knicks. They're going to be a top 3 team in the East, and they're in the mix with Boston, the Bucks. And we gonna see what they do, bro. Andre Drummond, stop being childish, and let's keep Buddy Hield. Those are my thoughts. Again, I'm cautiously optimistic, but we're gonna see what the Sixers team does in this new Embiid, George, and Maxey era. Like, comment, subscribe. That's my reaction. Peace.